Superman. What can I say? He's the OG of superheroes. Obviously, there were superheroes before him, but they were basically corny gimmicks for all intents and purposes. Superman was the first superhero as far as I'm concerned. He looks just like a regular human, but he came from an alien race on planet Krypton that blew up. His parents sent him in a space shuttle to survive the explosion, and he became the last member of his race to survive. He landed in a typical small town called Smallville and was raised by regular people who called him Clark, though his real name was Kal-El. He stood for truth, justice, and the American way, and he fell for the sexy firecracker Lois Lane. By most accounts, he was perhaps the strongest hero of all time. He was faster than a speeding bullet, he could fly, and the only thing that really hurt him was some alien substance called kryptonite. Other than that, he was basically immortal, and he also had X-ray vision. There's been many incarnations of the hero, including some where he has a cousin named Supergirl, but my personal favorite was the one from Superman the Animated Series, as well as the Justice League Animated Series. He often has a grudging friendship/rivalry with Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. They both like and respect each other, but they disagree with each other's methods. Obviously, he's the leader of the Justice League, which is basically the Hall of Fame of DC superheroes. He has been in countless movies, comics, and shows, but is he really all that great? First off, I just have to say that I like the guy. He's nice and likable, and he's super strong and all, but honestly, I never loved him as a character, whatever the incarnation. I always much prefer Batman and Spider-Man, and even Wonder Woman, though I admit this is partly for, well, other reasons. He has just been featured in a new movie which I have to admit I haven't seen yet, but everyone says it's really woke and preachy, so I have my doubts that I'll get much enjoyment out of it. But why don't I love this guy, like my beloved Batman? Part of the reason is because frankly the movies aren't so great. I know everyone loves the original Superman movie from the 70s, but I guess I have to be the party pooper. I never liked that movie. Though I admit Christopher Reeve was great as a character, I found the movie boring and the action I thought was pretty weak. The Supermans from the 2000s, well, I can't remember a thing about any of them really, though I have a vague feeling that they were basically okay. Actually, my favorite Superman movie was one everyone seemed to hate, Batman vs. Superman. Yeah, I actually like this one, but honestly, there's not a single Superman movie that I can say that I love. Frankly, the villains aren't that good either. I mean, what is Lex Luthor? Basically a bald billionaire guy. Brainiac the supercomputer is better, but he's pretty bland too. I mean, obviously, Batman has the Joker, Spider-Man has the Green Goblin, Superman has a regular guy with no superpowers who's kinda arrogant and unlikable. A show is only as great as its villain, and Superman doesn't have a single villain I would call iconic, whereas Batman has like 10 of them. But the main reason I don't like Superman as well is because frankly he's too strong, too perfect. Batman is an extremely broken and conflicted man. Spider-Man is a teenager/young adult who has to juggle unfaithful girls, a job, family responsibilities, while at the same time taking on supervillains. He's always stressed out and therefore relatable. As for Superman, he's like a god. He has a happy relationship with the perfect woman, he rarely has to worry about his identity getting out, and he's basically unkillable. Yes, he lost his family, but he never knew them anyway, and he was raised by other people who for all intents and purposes are his real family. In short, he lives a charmed life, and he just isn't very relatable. This is where you probably think I'll say he's overrated, but guess what? You're wrong. In fact, I would say he's underrated. Obviously, I love Batman and Spider-Man, but neither one would even exist if it wasn't for Superman paving the way for them. And the fact that he's probably the strongest superhero ever has to account for something too. Yes, he has never been in a great movie, but he is arguably the most influential hero of all time. And no, he's not my favorite, but I'm not a snob who thinks my opinion is the be-all end-all. Just because I can't understand his greatness doesn't mean he's not great. And yes, he is great. And no, he is not overrated.